What's up, guys? Dr. Mo here, digital nomad physician at digitalnomadphysician.com. Welcome back to Parque de Vista Alegre in Santiago de Compostela, Spain. So, some of these sessions that I'm doing now, some of these consulting sessions, it's very apparent that the people who reach out to me are quite motivated, right? They're quite motivated to start something new, but I think what's holding them back sometimes is the fear of failure. It's not knowing exactly what to do next and not knowing how to kind of motivate themselves to do it. So I thought I would spend a little bit of time on each of these things just to help break that ice and get you guys to pursue the things that are important to you. For example, so many things right now in medicine that are just absolutely fascinating and exciting and new and different, and so many things that we could have a major impact in. For example, we are all recognizing that some of the medications and treatments and screenings are maybe not as effective as they were touted to be. And so now many of us are kind of struggling to fall back into just really good primary care, one-on-one interactions with patients. And we're also recognizing that there are some incredible medications out there that could be game-changing for weight loss and cardiovascular disease prevention, but they're expensive, and somebody has to, walk you through it and walk you through the side effects. There's also incredible opportunities right now in the healthcare consulting space for companies that are coming up with really interesting products outside of the health insurance model, such as the medical cost sharing that I've talked about. I have a great article on my website about it. And in the health coaching space, there are people who are just having a very difficult time navigating the healthcare space, knowing what to do, what are the next steps, what do I do for my child with autism, what do I do for my partner with cancer, what do I do after I got this autoimmune disease diagnosis, what are the ways that I can navigate this entire system, especially when I pay $2,000 a month for a family of 4 for health insurance, and I have an out-of-pocket expense of $9,000 or $12,000. So there's a lot of space. There's a lot of opportunities for us. So going back a little bit, imagine you're a physician, you have this great idea, you know what you want to do, but maybe in your head it doesn't fully quite feel as formed, as solid. So how do you approach that? The number one thing that I think is very effective, is very helpful, is to just role play. You wake up every morning and you pretend like you're already that physician who's a health coach, let's say, and you got this, let's talk about fear of failure, right? So you're this health coach and you're successful and you got this client and they're asking you, Dr. Mo, tell me more about heart failure and my AFib and how can I turn it around and rely less on these medications. I cannot tolerate another ablation and had the defibrillator removed because it just kept shocking me. I need to know what to do, right? And I'm there, in the morning, I have my coffee and I'm talking to them and I'm like, let's talk about your health. Let's talk about your mental state. Let's talk about your exercise. Let's talk about the times when you don't feel like, you're out of control. Let's talk about the times when you don't feel that your AFib is, going crazy. Well, it's usually when I'm meditating, when I'm not stressed, when I'm doing yoga, when I'm, whatever. So all of a sudden, I feel like I'm actually able to make a difference for this person because I'm able to get them to do the things, their lifestyle factors, that is making a difference. So the fear of failure starts coming down when I wake up in the morning and I am pretending to be the person that I want to be in the future. The fear of failure also comes by knowing that I have other things to fall back on, though I don't think that should be a crutch. But what I mean by that is I will always be a physician. I will always have other opportunities to go back to traditional medicine, to work full-time in some sort of clinic or private practice or something like that, for Kaiser or whatever you guys want to do. So the fear of failure is that. The second one is just not knowing what to do next. And the third one, so the second one I think is just like, I don't know what to focus on and I don't know which other thing I should do. And the third one is just not being motivated to sit there and do it. So not knowing what to do next is incredibly normal, and I guarantee you nobody can tell you that. Nobody can give you an answer. Everybody will tell you that they have an answer for you, and they can tell you, or they will tell you that they can tell you what you should do next, and that thing that you do will profit you greatly. And if you don't profit, they'll come up with an answer saying, well, that's only because the kind of patients you're after. they need a different type of method of being reached. Instead, I think when you don't know what to do, is to focus on the most important thing you could ever do, is to create content. No, I don't mean that's content that you have to publish. I mean content that's going to help you become better at what you do. If I want to be in the heart health coaching space, or if I want to be a healthcare consultant for employee health plans or Medicare Advantage plans, or I want to be a healthcare consultant in developing new dermatology products, or I want to become a great virtual private practice physician, then I need to start writing about that, recording content, voice content on that, and recording video content on that. As far back as we can imagine with human beings, right? There's been written stuff, there's been audio recordings, there's been video recordings. That itself is not going to change for the foreseeable future. We're going to have many different types of platforms. We're going to have AI. We're going to have, digitally created images, artificially created content, etc. But it's always still going to be that kind of stuff. The biggest advantage of creating that content is that it's going to make you think about who you are, who's your audience, what are you creating, why are you creating it, how is somebody going to benefit from it, why would they pay you for it. And when you create that content, especially when you publish it, the big advantage is that people will find you, people will ask you questions, people will inquire about what it is you're doing, and now you have to come up with answers. So when you don't know what to do, create content. And when you create content, you will start coming up with ideas and personal suggestions to yourself, like, this doesn't make sense, and I need to do this, and like, I don't really want to do this. When you create content about somebody with heart failure, and you're like, this is so boring, I really don't want to do this, then you start recognizing that maybe that's not the right person you want to reach. Maybe you want to reach a different audience with a different type of heart failure, or maybe somebody waiting on a heart transplant list, or maybe you want to be a patient advocate, whatever. I'm just saying that just creating content will make you better at what you do and will help you fine-tune the services you're trying to offer. Okay, and the third thing is, how do you get motivated? I don't think motivation comes naturally. I don't think there's a way that you can, well, maybe you can, I don't know, I can't. I can't motivate myself to do something. What I can do is wake up in the morning and say, did I take care of my mental health? Okay, I meditated, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, whatever, I do what I need to do, de-stress or whatever. Did I eat healthy? Did I make myself a healthy breakfast? Did I eat something? Am I active? Am I going for exercise or whatever? Am I enjoying my daily presence? Am I in the moment? Meditation, whatever, yoga, whatever you like. Once I got that covered, the thing is, what is my mission? What do I like to do? What would I like to do 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 50 years from now? What would I like to look back on and reflect on and say, yeah, this was the path that I like to go down on, and I'm happy that I did. Well, if it is that I have a successful digital nomad health practice, like a virtual primary care practice, well then what would I need to do? I would probably need to create that. I need to sit down right now and keep creating that content. I need to sit there and find a marketer who can market my practice for me. I need to sit down and talk to somebody who has a practice like that and can give me some pointers for free and just like chat with me. I need to, deal with some of the other tax issues and financial problems and debt that I have so that I can clear up some space to be able to run this practice. The point is, the motivation doesn't come naturally, but when you recognize what is it that I gotta do to be here in the future, then you just backtrack what I did to get there. Then you can start doing those things. And oftentimes you'll just go back to this middle piece that we talked about, the second one, which is just create content, right? That's probably where you're gonna find yourself. To me, motivating yourself when there is no income, when there is no product. For the longest time, I didn't have anybody buying courses from me on my Digital Nomad Physician platform. For a long time, I didn't have anybody paying me money for anything, for consulting or anything. But it was something that I thought I'd like to do, and I thought it would be a good income for me in the future. And so I just kept creating content about that. And eventually people found me and said, hey, can I hop on a phone call with you? And I was like, whoa, somebody wants to pay me money, And it worked. And I'm doing the same thing right now for my heart health coaching practice. I go through I go through many lulls where there's nobody even interested. Nobody at all wants to talk about heart health coaching and anything like that. And then all of a sudden I get a couple of people interested and I'm like, okay, why are they not coming? Okay, I still got to create content every single day. I got to improve what is it that I want to do. Or when somebody comes to me and says, I want to hire you and I don't want to work with that person, I start thinking about how can I make my content more interesting so that they would want to work with me, right? So that's a little bit about how to get motivated, what content to create, and how to focus in, zoom in to do what it is you like to do, and always focusing on what that future outcome is, hopefully something that you're proud of in the future. If you guys have any questions, check out my different platforms wherever I am. So I am here at Digital Nomad Physician, the YouTube channel. I'm at digitalnomadphysician.com. I'm at digitalnomadhealth.com. That's my virtual direct primary care practice. I am at cardiachealthcoach.com. I tried to buy hearthealthcoach.com. They wanted $5,000. I'm like, I'll give you 400. They're like, no. And then 2 months later, they contacted me and said, okay, we'll give it to you for 400. I'm like, nah, I don't need it anymore. So I'm there. I'm at LinkedIn under Mohammed Ashori MD. ASHORI is the last name. And I'm at Expat Health in YouTube. I started that channel. I have some interesting ideas for what I want to do in that realm, in that arena, especially being an expat right now in Spain. I got some interesting things that I want to do there. Hope that's helpful. Take care, guys.